started this comedy club 1 year ago this week, and we started this together. He's my fellow co-producer, and we've been through a lot of shows together. It's great to have him back. Please welcome to the stage your friend and mine, Bear Love! How we doing, man? Gotta move this. Hippies are a little clumsy. And I look young, but I actually come from a different time. I've had a beeper in my day. And it wasn't even to sell weed yet. It was so my mom could tell me to come home. I knew they were tracking devices. But I come from a different time. I saw Blockbuster get put out of business by Netflix. I saw one of my favorite, Toys R Us, get put out of business by Amazon. I saw heroin get put out of business by fentanyl. I come from a time where you could find a mystery bag of powders on the barroom floor and go home and have a good night. Nowadays, these people have no chemistry to take that cocaine home. I didn't come from free love like the hippies, but I at least came from mystery bag of powders is okay. But Denver, you guys legalized pot so a hippie feels safe here in Colorado. Kind of put me out of a job though. Nobody tells you what happened to the weed man, the one that made it out. He delivers pizza now. DoorDash. And these kids with the snowboard racks on the top of the car looking like police, they're slowing down your food, I'm sorry. And Denver's kind of messed up. They legalized pot, and the same year they went and put in all these traffic circles. Stoners just getting lost, doing laps. And I feel like, Golden, you guys installed yours as defense. I tried to come down here four or five times and couldn't make it. I ended up in Lakewood. You know? So, but you guys think it's easy being a hippie, you know, because I don't have a real job. But how many times have you used your job to get out of doing things you didn't want to do? These people know I don't have to work in the morning. I had to move a fish tank on Tuesday. I'm going out to Lamone this weekend to pick up a pit bull. I thought it would be nice if my friend got over his breakup with his girlfriend by getting off of my couch. But instead, we're getting a dog this weekend. Sometimes it would be easier to have a real job, be a real boy. But I got a little bit of gray in my beard, and I'm still doing this comedy thing, so you could say I'm going through a midlife. But my generation just doesn't know how to do a midlife crisis correctly. My dad, he bought a Corvette, spins in circles. My generation doesn't have Corvette money. So a midlife crisis for my generation, maybe you've seen it. She should be 35-year-old, should be trading recipes with the other moms at school. But instead, this weekend, she's getting her head shaved. Britney Spears. I'm still trying to date. That's a midlife crisis for my generation. I'm not picking on the girls, the guys, they're doing it too. I guess he should have joined the military 25 years ago, G.I. Joe, but he's been working at a factory with his dad. His knees are gone, but you'll find him this weekend at Bass Pro Shop, looking for night vision goggles to hunt a deer. If you need night vision goggles to hunt a deer, you're not the warrior we need, Tanner. Any parents in the crowd? Awesome. Hippies, we're pretty childish ourselves, so we don't have a lot of kids. You guys keep track of how good your kids are doing with the height on the wall? We keep track of the length of our hair, as the last time we saw a judge. I'm doing pretty good. A few counties in Indiana that want to cut my hair, though. Let's see. So, like I said, hello. Is that Indiana? So, like I said, you guys put me out of work when you guys legalized pot. I was growing pot high up in the Colorado Rockies, double meaning. And have you guys ever been so stoned you thought you invented something that you didn't really? That happened to me up in Conifer. So when you're growing weed, the worst thing that can happen to you is the cops to show up. The second worst is you can run out of Kool-Aid. Hippies love it so much that they put it on tap at Chiba Hut. They think it's a real drink. So for 3 days, I'm looking up in the cabinet, we're out of Kool-Aid, but my girlfriend shops at Costco, so we've got a lot of sugar. And I look up in the cabinet, and all these hippies that had been coming through had brought a bunch of tea up in the cabinet. So my clock started working, and I'm like, I can take the sugar water, flavor it with the tea, which is better than the artificial flavors in Kool-Aid anyways. I should have been doing the sugar water tea already. So for 3 days, nobody called me out. I'm making batches of sugar water tea, giving it to my girl, giving it to my friends. They probably thought there was weed in it, knowing me, but it was just celestial season, sleepy time. But your family will keep you in check. My cousin came up from Texas. I said, yeah, I want to open up a stand at Red Rocks, with the different flavors of sugar water tea. He takes a drink. He said, "This is really good, Bear, but you did not invent sweet tea." I thought I did for 3 days up in Concord. Okay, all right, I know we got a little bit of holiday crowd, but I'm a dirty comic, so sorry about the last part of my day. All right, I'm a pretty psychedelic person. I look pretty psychedelic. Some of you guys might not have done some psychedelics, but I want to tell you guys about the rules. Did you know there's rules of psychedelics? No. Yep. Water's wet, fire's hot, and you can't fly. It's simple. It's simple. And if you're at this party called Burning Man in the desert, they tell you not to forget your goggles. Okay? So now I'm eating some LSD in the desert with my friend, and both of us were new burners, so we forgot our goggles. So we're messing with witchcraft. And this old guy yells the rules to us, fire's hot, water's wet, you can't fly. And he said, don't forget your goggles. And I'm messing with witchcraft, but I send that out, I leave my friends, and I go out and wander around, and I met the girl of my dreams. And the guy she brought from home, that from the rest of the story, we'll call him Cockblocker. Now, Burning Man is a costume party, so I'm dressed up as Wolverine. She's dressed up as a unicorn, it's adorable. He's dressed up as Napoleon Dynamite. Vote for Pedro. And he's not even having fun. And Burning Man is like Disneyland for people on LSD. So we're going from camp to camp, painting, face painting, we're making costumes, we're eating mushrooms, we're doing a lot of things. And Napoleon's not even having fun. He's the third wheel that just doesn't get the point, you know what I mean? Like, hey, And then, here's my chance. A dust storm whips up. Because there's people burning stuff out there, and it's the desert. A literal tornado. Like, there's a real dust storm. That's why they wear goggles out there. And so, we just run to the closest camp. We're kind of trying to ditch Napoleon. And when we get there, it's this giant teepee. And there's a guy in a big hat that looks like a troll. The little pals troll. He looks like a troll, and he says, "Welcome to Munchkin Land." And it's a massage camp. So I got lucky. I forgot my goggles, and I ended up in a massage camp. And we were trapped in there because we had to shut the door until the windstorm was gone. Now, a massage camp at Burning Man is only not an orgy for 33 minutes. I was in there for 34 with my cockblocker. So, hippies are, we have a lot of group sex. It's not always because we want to. Sometimes it's because of a cockblocker. And we roll with it. So, we get in there, it's a massage camp, and so there's little people laid out all over doing a massage. And so I think, still he's going to get the point that me and her have had a connection at all day. So I sit down and start rubbing her shoulders. He comes up and starts rubbing her feet. I'm like, bro, get a clue. You know what I mean? And it turns into, she's loving it. She's like, are you guys going to feed me grapes? And so I'm like, this motherfucker. So I'm glaring at him, he's glaring at me, she's getting a massage, deep tissue. And he goes for like the inner thigh, so I'm like going side boob. It gets competitive. And we didn't notice because we were locked eye to eye that every other person massaging each other is kind of watching us to see if we're going to take it there. And we took it there. And so, and a Burning Man orgy's hilarious. I've got Wolverine, Napoleon over here being creepy, unicorn. I swear there was a Scooby-Doo and a Loch Ness Monster going way too hard in the corner. We had the Avengers cast. There was people dressed up as angels, demons. It was a crazy orgy, to say the least. So it was kind of embarrassing. It's over just as fast as it started, and the dust storm's over. So now it's like, okay, all right, I'll see you guys later. And I had to say goodbye to my cockblocker and my love. I said, we'll meet you later. But it's a big party, so we didn't really end up meeting for a couple days. And so I ended up running into them again. And she was like, guess what, Bear? And I was like, we're going back to Munchkin Land? She goes, no. He proposed to me. And I had a moment of clarity. I was the cockblocker. That was his wife to be. I'm sorry. And it was funny because we did go back to Munchkin Land because we left stuff there, mostly clothing. And the guy who ran the camp with the big hat, he sees me and he comes up and he goes, I want you to know, you are now the mayor of Munchkin Land. And he gave me that big old hat. He goes, you're the honor. Because I swear, you don't set up a massage camp at Burning Man unless you're wishing a bear would push that top mill over. So, I'm the mayor of Munchkin Land. But my buddy, all right, he also broke the rules. He didn't bring his goggles. Burning Man, 70,000 people, and it's shaped like a C. And so the middle's Esplanade, and that's where the party is. That's where everybody's at. And then the further you get out, it's like A, B, C, D. So he found a camp. There's different camps with everything. Some of them, he found a camp on the edge of Burning Man. And it was written in Christmas lights, and it was pretty ghetto, and it said, Anal Block Camp. So he gets a little closer, and it says Anal Bead Camp. Bead. And so he thinks it's a joke. There's a lot of joke camps at Burning Man. We're having fun. And so he walks in. He's on the same LSD as me, which is not a super sexual drug, so he's hoping it's a joke. Yeah. He gets in there. It is not a joke. There's a girl on a table. And he thinks she's going to make a joke, and she looks at another table. Whole packages of anal beads, all shapes and sizes. KY jelly and some gloves. And he's pretty funny, so he's like, I was about to run. He's like, he's on acid. It's not a sexual thing, you know what I mean? And so he goes, all right, nut up or shut up, you know what I mean? So he walks in, and he thinks that like it's gonna be a joke the whole time, and she like does like a move, and now they're looking eye to eye, brown eye. So he's like, all right. He goes over to the table, and he doesn't want to be rude and pick out the biggest anal bead. He doesn't want to pick out the smallest one because supposedly she likes this. So he picks out the Goldilocks of anal beads, just right. And so here he comes. Now it's time to shine. So he goes in, he puts one in. And she didn't even have a giggle or a reaction at all. So he puts the other one in. Gets them all in. Not a peep. So he thinks it's, a speed thing. So like he's going to start a lawnmower. Don't forget your goggles. He started that thing, and oh my God, the shit hit the fan. Okay, it's close to my time. Let me see if I got one more. Sorry. Don't forget your goggles. Water's wet, fire's hot, and you can't fly. All right. Let me leave you with one more joke so I don't just leave you with that one. It's sexual, though. And girls love murder mystery, so I wrote this for girls. All right, if Jeffrey Dahmer was alive today, how many times do you think he would get ripped off trying to buy a fleshlight online? He's just trying to decorate. All right, let's bring Ron back out. I don't even know how much time that was. Let's get loud. Come on, Owen. Bear Love, right there. Yeah, Bear is available for kids shows if you guys want to hire him. Bear, all right, Bear. They're talking about anal beads and the Birdie Man. I think the Birdie Man's an STD. Nonetheless, Bear Love. All right, folks, you ready for your next comedian? Yes? You guys are ready for a treat for